What's going on, guys? It's Rest. In this video I want to go over a brand new build for Moze that's going to be based all around using the Scoville. If you watched my previous video, you know that this is one of my favorite weapons in the game, and I want to make a build completely evolved all around that. But now, before we get into that, a quick word from my sponsor, me. I'm sponsoring my own video. I've been working behind the scenes getting some stuff together that I want to tell you guys about. Now I'm going to go over this quick so I don't hold you all up and so we can get right into the video. So first things first, I actually have an epic creator code now that you can use in any supported item shop, Fortnite, or on Epic Games supported by any game. You can use it before checkout, and it's actually going to give me a little bit in return to help support me as a creator. Now I actually also have a nexus.gg store as well. This is a website that's going to let you purchase games that I show on my channel, or just any games that I like to play. And some of the profits from that purchase is also going to come back to me, just like the creator code. The creator code for Epic Games is RestAssured, and the link for nexus.gg is RestAssured as well. Everything is also in the description if you need to look at it there. And then on top of all that, you can also now become a member of my channel. For $4.99 a month, you're going to get access to some awesome emotes and a sub badge that can be seen in all my YouTube comments or my live streams. But that is just going to be my quick plug that I want to tell you guys. Also, while you're here, if you want to follow me on all my socials, they're linked in the description. And we're also on the road to 6,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to help me out with that, subbing and dropping a like is truly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for making this year an amazing year. And with all that, let's get right into this build. So if you guys watch all that self-promotion through, thank you so much. And if you didn't, well, you missed out on some good content. But as I said in the beginning, this build is going to be based all around the Scoville, which is a legendary pistol that essentially just shoots rockets out and causes massive explosions. Obviously on Moze, this is going to be her best tool, and it performs super well. You're going to be able to get through pretty much everything in the game with this build with ease, with a slight twist. Since you're going to be doing so much explosive damage, you're going to be going down a lot due to the explosions just absolutely destroying you. But getting back up has never been easier with the Scoville, because you can literally just shoot a wall or just spam it anywhere and you're going to be able to get back up with ease. This is a very fun build. It's also a very effective build, and putting those two and two together, I would highly recommend trying it out. And if you want to try it out, as always, my builds are in my Discord channel. The link for the Discord is in the description, and you can find the save file there. So let's get into the gear of this build. Obviously, the main gun we're going to be running is the Scoville, and the anoint we have is while under 50% health, you do 150% bonus radiation damage. This anoint is going to get the gun a lot more damage on top of what it already can do, and with the splash damage going everywhere, this bonus radiation damage helps out a ton. Now, for other weapons, I have just torque weapons. This is going to pair with one of our skills that we're going to be running, but honestly, the quickie is also really good for this, since we're going to have some from the road. You can just spam rockets if you get out of your iron bear, but you can also spam Scoville, whichever one you want to do. The shield we're running for this build is the Beskar. You can run whatever shield you want to. Personally, I just like running the Beskar because it's a super tanky shield, and the anoint on it, we have after exiting iron barrier, you gain 75% increased shields and health for 25 seconds. This is just another very tanky anoint to keep Moze alive. But if you want to run something like the Transformer or an Old God or just any shield you have access to, it will also work. Now, I have a cloning maddening track right here on grenade throw, weapon, grenade, and actual skill damage is increased by 25% for 6 seconds. This is what's going to really keep you alive, paired with some of our skills. On top of this, just giving you damage bonuses, it's also going to pair well with our artifact, Pearl and Outflow Knowledge. So this is going to give you a stacking damage bonus whenever you hit an enemy. This also works with grenades hitting enemies or status effect hitting enemies. So you're pretty much going to always have this buff up at all times, and this is also giving you more fire rate magazine size, which is really good for the Scoville, because you want a lot of magazine size with this thing so you can spam it. And they also did buff it where it only consumes 2 ammo per shot now instead of 4. Then for the class font, we have the Bloodletter. If you don't know, the Bloodletter is essentially gonna just make your shields very strong. If you were to be healed by health, you're actually going to heal your shields. So this just makes a very shield-based playstyle for Moze, and we're going to be taking advantage of that because of the anoints we're using and some of the skills we're taking. Now we have more splash damage radius, more splash damage, and weapon damage. And when I was talking about dying to splash damage, this does play a role in that, because the splash damage on this thing is huge. Like, I'm not even joking when I say it's ridiculous. And again, paired with some of our other skills that we're about to get into, you can make it even bigger, and you just randomly die sometimes, but you can easily get back up, so don't worry about dying. It's not too bad. Then finally, I have a cut press launch pad. Since you're really only going to be using one weapon, you want a way to regenerate ammo if you can't get to a vending machine. So that is what this is going to do. You don't really run out of ammo much for the Scoville. It does, you are spamming shots with it, but honestly, the ammo you have on it is not that bad for how you have to play with it. Now, get into the skills. I'm actually going to start on Demolition Woman. So we're taking 5 points of fire on the Skagden. So this, when you do splash damage, you're actually going to get 15% bonus incendiary damage. This has Mayhem scaling, so it makes the gun even more ridiculous because you're splash damage and everything. So now you're just getting a bonus incendiary damage, and it's just crazy. 3 points in means of destruction, so whenever you do splash damage, you regenerate grenades and ammo. This is going to help out with the ammo of the Scoville. You know, when I was talking about you don't really run out of ammo much, because you're going to be regenerating ammo. On top of this, you're going to have grenades regenerating, so you can spam grenades to keep all your damage buffs up, and you keep rocking your anointments over and over again. The 5 points in torque cross promotion, so we do 30% more splash damage and have 50% chance to double our splash damage radius. When this procs, you literally shoot out nukes with the Scoville. Like, you can shoot it far away, and I'm telling you, you can sometimes down yourself with it. Paired with the splash damage radius on our class mod, it is just ridiculous. The splash damage that just comes out from this. Like, think of the nukes from, you know, the augment right here for the Vanquisher rocket pods. That's what you're shooting out at this procs. It is insane. 3 points to pull the holy pencil. Your grenades can crit. This isn't really going to be doing much damage for you, but the main thing is the 30% crit chance is going to result to more damage, which makes Vampire right here better. So whenever your grenades do damage, you're restoring 20% of your missing health. And since you run the Bloodletter, you're restoring your shields. So you're going to have this huge shield constantly getting restored with Vampire right here. And you just chunking grenades everywhere, and you're regenerating grenades to keep throwing them, to keep rocking all your damage buffs from your artifacts and stuff like that. Then to help out with that, I have 3 points on why can't I carry all these grenades to get +3 grenades. I need to get down to the bottom, and we're not really making this an Iron Bear centric build. If you want to put 1 point Auto Bear to have him up to, you know, to spam, you know, our rockets are here for target softening, we're going to be taking this so we can apply debuffs. You can do that, but honestly, I just like to have that one extra grenade. Then 1 point to the last, so whenever in Fight for Your Life, you can throw grenades to help keep the chain going over and over again. 1 point short fuse, so whenever we do damage, there's a 20% chance we do a secondary explosion that does 75% of what our gun damage is doing. So now we have another 20% chance to just do more explosions, and the explosions are just everywhere with the Scoville. It's just insane. Now, in Shield of Retribution, we have 5 points in Armor Infantry, so when we have our shield up, we're going to be doing more gun damage and have some damage reduction. We're always going to have a shield up all the time with this build, so this is just a nice buff to have always. 1 point Security Bear, so we can generate a shield when we get in Iron Bear. This is going to help us survivability. If you're ever about to die, you can just hop in Iron Bear real quick, and you can just take damage. Also, this also helps out with applying the debuff from target softening, because you're just not going to instantly die. You can put the skill point somewhere else if you want to, but honestly, any other skill here is probably not as beneficial. We're literally only using this to get down towards the bottom, so that's why I just threw it in here. But 3 points in Thin Red Line, so this is going to reserve 60% of your max health and put it into your shields. As you see, we're not running a Deathless class mod, we're actually running the Pearl, like I said earlier, to get the damage buff. But having 60% of your health reserve is actually going to proc the Anoint, because it's while under 50% health, you proc the Anoint, so you're reserving 60%, so you're always going to have this Anoint proc at all times. 5 points of Drown and Brass, so we get more gun damage, and this stacks up to 3 times, and it's 20% per stack, so this is just a nice damage buff. You're getting kills, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Then 1 point in Experimental Ignition, so whenever we get a crit, we do 15% bonus incendiary damage. You actually can crit with Scoville, and it does happen more often than you think. So getting crits is going to result in more damage, which is nice. Then I have 1 point Desert Measures right here because I had a point left over. This is going to give you a nice buff, 67% more gun damage thanks to our class mod giving us 3 points in this. This is going to allow you to just do more damage the lower your health is, so it's a nice little benefit. And also, if you don't know, Borderlands 3 works is if you have a class mod, give it points to something, even if you don't have points into it, you're still getting the buff. So we have 2 points in Filling Doctrine right here, so whenever we get a kill, we're getting max shields and gun damage, and this has no stack limit, and you can just keep stacking up over and over again. It has a 30-second duration though, so it doesn't last forever, but you're actually getting this benefit even though you don't have a single point in it, which is really, really nice. Finally, in Bottomless Mags, we have 5 points in Cloud with Lead, so every 4th shot does not consume ammo. This really helps out with the Scoville. Since you're spamming shots, you're only consuming 2 per shot, and you could just spam it like crazy. This is also giving you bonus incendiary damage on this shot as well, which is nice. 5 points in Match Set, so whenever we're matching our manufacturers, we get more magazine size. That's where I'm running all torque, so we can butt the magazine to Scoville even more. 3 points in Stoked Ember, so we get bonus incendiary damage. Obviously, this is a very incendiary damage theme-based build, so this is buffing that even more. 1 point redistribution, so we get ammo regeneration and health regeneration whenever we score a crit. Again, it's not too hard to score a crit with the Scoville. So this is going to give you some survivability and ammo regeneration, which is nice. 5-point scorching RPM, so we get more critically damage and fire rate, so we can spam it even more. 1-point iron bank, so we can get down to the next skill. This is also giving 7% magazine size, which will also help out. But then Stun for the Road, which is the main skill. So when you get out of Iron Bear, you have infinite ammo, and you can just spam this thing. This is how you're going to kill bosses with it. You also have the quickie if you need to kill bosses too, if the Scoville isn't working out on some bosses. But the Scoville on the majority of the bosses in the game will work out. And you can just spam it away and just create nukes everywhere. Alright, so that's going to do it for the Scoville Moze build. Let me know what you guys think of it. I know that the Scoville can be kind of a difficult weapon to farm, so I hope this save file can help you guys out. Also, if you just want a Scoville with the URAT anoint, you can also download this save file. You don't have to play this build, but trust me, I would highly recommend playing it because it is super, super fun. Honestly, it's probably one of the funnest builds I've played in Borderlands 3 for a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I haven't made a build video in quite some time, honestly, so I wanted to come back with the bang, literally, and show you guys what I've been cooking up. Like I said in the beginning, be sure to check all this stuff out. You know, the Epic Creator Code, you know, the Nexus.gg website. If you want to become a member to my channel, be sure to look into all that. You obviously don't have to do any of it. You guys just watching the video is way more than enough support for me. But if you want to go the extra mile, be sure to check all that out, and I would truly appreciate it. But once again, we are closing on 6,000 subs, so if you enjoy the video, the build, or download it, consider subscribing. It's free. It really helps me out, and I would truly appreciate you helping me hit the goal of 6K. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.